What if I told you that you were never meant to chase, never meant to beg? You were born worthy simply because you exist. I've said that a million times in my videos. You are worthy simply because you exist. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about how you don't have to chase, you don't have to beg. You are simply chosen. You are chosen. You attract. You are worthy. You never have to beg for love. You never have to beg for validation. You were never meant to chase, never meant to beg. You were born worthy simply because you exist. Your value isn't measured by who chooses you. It's measured by how deeply you choose yourself. Okay? And it took me a while to understand that. You know, I automatically thought just because someone didn't choose me or they rejected me, that took value away from me. That meant I wasn't valuable. That meant that, you know, I was damaged goods. That meant I wasn't worthy. And when in fact, it just means that you are worthy. It just means that you need to just look inward. It just means that rejection is redirection. That's the only thing that it means. You know? Stop running after what was never meant to stay. You don't have to chase love, like attention or approval. You attract what aligns with your truth. And that's just basically it. So what I suggest is that you take off those shoes. Take those running shoes off. Unstrap those boots. Take them boot laces out. And throw those boots in the closet. No more chasing. You're only going to attract. Okay? You are meant to attract. You are worthy. You are chosen. Okay? You are only chosen. You don't have to chase down anything that's meant for you. Okay? Because when you do that, you betray the self. You take away your own value. Okay? It's okay to be alone. Alone is not a prison sentence. Being in solitude, being in isolation, being alone, whatever you want to call it, it's just a vow to one's soul. That's it. It's a blessing in disguise. You learn so much about yourself and life. It brings you closer to source. It brings you closer to, you know, just who you are, just your essence, you know. It brings you closer to who you are without the mask. Okay, whatever mask that you're wearing. I know for me, for a long time, my mask was the people pleaser. I wore multiple masks. The people pleaser. The lone wolf. But then I had to think to myself, and what Source had to show me was, who are you without the mask? Okay? And as I go along my journey, as I figure out myself more and more, as I step into my purpose more and more, I'm finding out who I am without those masks. And I am an amazing being. My realness, my resilience, my quiet strength. Everybody thinks silence is weakness. Silence can be very, very strong. I'm finding out who I am more and more. And I love me more and more. And what I've also found is that I never ever had to chase what was for me, because it knows my name. What's for me already knows me. It knows my name, it knows my number, it knows all of those things. It knows where I am, because I attract it. I never have to run for what's mine. I would never have to manipulate what's mine. I never have to lie to get what's mine. See, the times that I did chase, it was because I felt at the time, up until now, I felt that, I could never ever find a person like them, or, because of the type of person that I am. Okay, it's hard to find someone that want to talk about the things that I like to talk about, or want to talk about, or the things that I'm interested in. I can't just walk out here into society and find someone that connects on the same level as me. Because once I get to talking about what I like, people will be looking at me crazy, or looking at me weird, or just quiet, or trying to change the subject. Because a lot of the times your light will be their indictment, and it's not going to feel good to them. So, that's another reason, or another way that, people reject. That's another reason why people reject. Or you may feel like you don't fit in a crowd of people, or maybe even a small circle. But what I came to realize was that I felt like I wouldn't find that person again, because this person was like me. This person was on the same journey as me. I could talk to this person about certain things and they wouldn't look crazy. They would know exactly what I'm talking about, or they'll tell me what's going on with me. So once it came to, that point where it was no more, or the person did not want to be associated with me anymore, I felt this big loss. Like, I felt like damn, why would source, universe, give me this gift and then just snatch it back out of my life? Knowing that this person seems to be my soulmate, seems to be, the person for me, the person that understands me. You bring this person to me. Why? This can't be right. This can't be. We have to, be destined to be together. Look how it happened. Look how close we were. Look at the connection that we had. But what I had to realize was, everyone, just because you have a connection with someone, it doesn't mean that it's supposed to be a romantic connection. Okay? It doesn't mean that that person is supposed to be with you for a long period of time. A lot of the times that person came to awaken something inside of you that you had to realize, like, look, you still have love inside of you. You're still worthy of this type of love that you feel for this person. All that you imagine, all that you've seen for you and this person, you have that in you. And that person came to awaken you and show you that. So actually, they were just a vessel. They were just a pawn in the source's game. You wasn't never supposed to be with that person. It was for your awakening. They came for your awakening. You was always the prize. It was always about you. So just because you held that person on a pedestal doesn't mean that that's what it was. It doesn't mean that that's what their value was. It doesn't mean that, you were less than. You actually were never less than. That was just you. That was your perspective of that person. You held them on that pedestal. So when they got ready to go on about their journey, you felt like, oh no, where are they going? Where's this pedestal? Where is this king on this pedestal think he going? This can't be true. Like, this is my person. This is my soulmate. When in fact, this person was just a messenger, just passing through. You wasn't never supposed to be with them. They came to awaken. They came to show you that it's others out there. They came to show you how to change your perspective. And that was it. So for me, when I was chasing, that's what it was. I felt like I would never find anyone that's on the level of me, but how dare I think like that? Because if this person exists, you know the person that's actually for you has to exist. You know there's others, right? So just because it didn't work with that person, it still was a blessing. Because there was a lesson. You understand what I mean? And all that it did was lead you to yourself. It led you inward. Me going through those experiences of chasing and, holding on for dear life and, being needy. Those lessons taught me. All it did was make me look inward. Okay? And also when you're on that frequency of neediness, of needing validation, of not having self-love, of chasing, they can feel that. Others can feel that energy. So that's why they seem so repelled by you. Because they can feel it. They can feel you tugging on their soul. They can feel you, your energy tugging on their energy. So grab it back. Okay? Ground yourself. Get back in your frame. Get back in your container. And look at the experience for what it is. Instead of saying, why is this person running from me? Ask, what am I supposed to learn from this situation? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? What do I supposed to do? Why did I experience that? And I guarantee you, 10 times out of 10, it's going to lead you back to you. It's going to point inward. Okay? So that's all it is. The universe is working for you, not against you. And if we can just instill that in our mind, in our spirit, that the universe is working for us, then we'll never see another situation, like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. No. You will train your mind to feel like, oh, okay, the universe is working behind the scenes. They're orchestrating and pulling strings, so I'm good. I never have to worry about anything. Like that unwavering faith. Okay? So, no, you never were supposed to chase. You were only supposed to attract. Okay? It's always just a learning lesson. It's never personal. It's never a punishment. It's never none of those things. And that's just one of the biggest things that I had to learn. And I felt like I just wanted to come and just talk about it again. And also I'm doing a series on, no begging. # no begging. And it's going to be a series that I don't know how long I'm going to do the series for. But I'm definitely going to, this is the first video of the series, the no begging, the # no begging series. I just want to say, stop running after what was never meant to stay. You don't have to chase love, attention, or approval. You attract what's aligned with your truth. You are enough. You are the magnet. Okay? And what's meant for you will never need to be chased. It knows you. It knows your name. It knows where you stay at and all of that. It knows you real good. So what's for you is never going to bypass you. Okay? And then when we understand that, we would know that this life is never so serious. It's never that, detrimental. It's never that bad. No situation is. And always remember, you have source within you. The universe is within you. Any questions that you have, any concerns, You build that alignment with source, with universe. So that way, when you want to know something, you just go within and you ask. Like for me, when I want to know something and it's not so clear for me and I want clarification on it, I go within and I ask source to reveal it to me in a way that I know, in a way that it knows, and it's through a feeling that I have when I know it's telling me yes, go ahead with it. It's how I feel. It's the feeling that I get, and I know the feeling of no, don't go with it, or no, you're wrong. And sometimes you can hear those whispers in your spirit, in your soul, when source is speaking to you, because it's never going to be loud. It's never going to do too much talking. But if you listen closely, you can hear those whispers. Okay? So just remember that as well. You're that chosen. You're that worthy. You're that amazing. That all you got to do is go within and find out what's going on and get your answers. So I just feel like that's profound. So if this video resonates with you, because I wanted to get out to who need to hear it, you are worthy simply because you exist. You're not worthy because somebody say that you're worthy. You're not measured by the company that you keep. You're measured by the purpose that you carry. So just because people aren't surrounding you, just because you may look to the left or look to the right and there's nobody there, that means absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter who give up. You don't give up. You don't give up on the self ever. You don't give up on you ever. You hold it there. You trust the process and you stand in the pain. And you rock steady. And everything that you need to know will be revealed to you in no time. You will understand it. It's a reason for everything. And whoever needs to hear this, you are worthy simply because you exist. Hashtag no more begging. Hashtag back to self. Hashtag self-love. Okay? If this video resonated with you, drop down in the comments. Let's have a conversation about this thing. Tell me if you worthy. Tell me if you feel like you worthy. Tell me if you feel like you're not worthy. And I'll be right there to respond to you. I'll be right there to uplift you. I'll be right up there and speak to you to change your perspective. Let's do this thing together. And until the next video, namaste.